Hey, buddy, how you doing?
He's,
What's your dog?
yeah, he's gone up in under it. He's a decent size. We're going to throw that, so that needs to be trapped by any. It will lock up. No. Yeah. Shush. I'd say underneath it's got a bit of a hollow under the mat.
Yeah. Can you see that? It's not in the mat. It's not in the framework. It's got to be down in there. I can't see anything. Then have a Phillips head on you?
Yeah, I can get one.
Remember I've been telling you the dog keeps barking in the garden?
Do you normally get much this time of year?
It's the third one today.
Really?
I mean, snakes don't stop; they just slow down. And other species like these guys that are black, they can heat up pretty quickly. So there's you still get a few bits and pieces around.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go from here to Mudry Bar after this one. So.
Okay. Yeah, we had a little one out the backyard a couple of weekends ago, and I just chased him over the back fence. I didn't want to harm him.
Yeah, where you guys live, obviously you get all the frog-eating snakes, so you'll get a lot of green trees.
Yeah.
There he is. You get a lot of green trees, you get keelbacks, and these guys. These guys are extremely placid. The bad thing about them is your dog.
Yeah.
If your dog grabbed it and it defended it, then the snake defended itself.
Yeah.
You grab your dog, you know, you get a bit messy. I've done it once or twice before. Played with snakes. It's not all that big really. Like, come here, fatty. What are you doing? Come here. Like these guys, as I said, they're fairly placid, and he's not going to come out and bite me for the heck of it. He's not on a mission to hurt humans.
Yeah.
But they will defend themselves, and if I shit stir the snake or upset it or hurt it, well then it will defend.
Yeah.
And it will ruin my weekend. Come here, fatty. Come here. I'm trying to entice it to do it on its own accord. Otherwise I have to undo all this, which... What happens by having that stuff lying around not so much makes a refuge for the home, for the snakes, it makes a, it attracts the frogs.
Yeah.
And the frogs is what it eats.
Oh, we get a lot of frogs. Hello, Katana.
Well, actually, we haven't seen any in a while.
Because of the weather.
Yeah. Why aren't these snakes hibernating now?
They don't, if you live down snowy mountains, your snakes will hibernate. But up here they just slow down, they don't actually stop.
Oh. I haven't seen any over the summer and then all of a sudden they're everywhere.
Yeah, we kept hearing stories of the past, you know, with other neighbours that they'd seen them, but...
Oh yeah, I've done heaps over the years around here of red bellies.
Yeah.
And green trees also, all snakes vary in colour.
Yeah.
And green trees will come in many colours, and people get a black coloured green tree in their house and panic for obvious reasons. They think it's one of these. You did say you're throwing this away, didn't you?
Oh yeah.
That's it.
So is that a red-bellied or...
Yeah, it's a red-bellied black snake. If the only reason why to bite you, like sometimes these guys can have a bit of attitude and will readily swing and carry on. I also don't know, it's probably spent the last 3 weeks popping being harassed by the dog. So for all I know, the snake's just frigging had enough, you know.
The dog's been barking at something in that little garden there for a while.
It'll be this.
Mm-hmm.
Good news is they're cannibalistic, so you probably don't have any others around for a while.
So quite territorial.
Yeah. This is as tight as this one. Not going to happen.
Actually, in the van, I've got a larger Phillips head. That's going to
It
assist.
might help, yeah.
Alright.
Do you want me to put it?
Yeah, if you open the back up, it's not locked. There's a toolbox in the back. Oh, I'll come.
Yeah. I thought you said it was quite big.
Size is irrelevant. A lot of people, it's really funny, the most common misconception that I see with the public is they always judge the snake, not by what species it is, but how big it is. If it's as big as a screwdriver and it bites you, it's going to do exactly the same as one that's 7 foot long. The only difference about it being bigger is obviously it's going to have longer fangs and it makes for a better story. That's it, but otherwise the size is irrelevant.
First thing everybody says, isn't it?
Yep.
But how big was it?
Yeah, and I often hear people, they ring me and say, I'm not too worried, it's only little. I think, what do you mean? You still have exactly the same result as its mum and dad, if it's a venomous snake.
But why isn't it trying to escape from you now?
Because its theory is this big boogeyman chasing it, that's why it's curled up and it really tightened itself under there because it thinks that I can't get there, and I can't really. It just doesn't know that I'm able to get the screwdriver and open up its little cave.
Well, if this isn't that big, then you've got two.
No, not necessarily. No, it's not a baby. It's if it's a female, it's sexually mature, but males will get like as thick as that, and I've caught them 4 kilos.
Well, it didn't look too big, but it did look long. Maybe
I think it's a decent size.
It's about a metre.
a metre. What's a metre? Oh, hang on. No, that's big.
Alright, now I think
You will never
I can-
use that thing ever again.
Nice. I bought it second hand for $50 off the roll.
Did you?
It served its purpose.
Good excuse to get out and go to work today, Ben.
All they owe me.
Hey?
I was there till
Well, I
7
hear
o'clock
you.
last night.
But your van hasn't got lights on it now.
Oh, this one does. Well,
Oh,
Steve and
yeah.
I haven't swapped yet. We've been waiting, and now Steve's moving this weekend. And
Yeah. Then can you?
that's not going to come and grab you, don't panic.
What? There's not a scary one coming. Where is it? Oh, God.
See, if I treat it with a little bit of TLC, no, it's not so much brave. I've still got to have phobias and I'm scared of things. I'm scared of heights and whatnot. But if I treat this snake with respect, it should be okay. But I can see those lumps on it? They're actually a parasite they get from eating frogs, and they'll die from them before they die of old age. And it gives them a bit. When they've got a lot of them, they get a bit cranky. I've also got to keep in mind what your dog has done to it today. So it's got a few marks on it, on its back.
I don't think the dog was out today.
See that mark there? It's something. Yeah, but no, in the last week or so. See, he's got attitude. The last week or something's grabbed him there. So the snake's got the shits.
Could it be the cat? The cat?
It's got very, very little red on its belly too. See how? That's one way that they keep your teeth over there, mate. Some of them have a lot of red, and this guy's got nearly none.
And
So
what does that mean?
nothing. Just like some of us humans are darker than others or whatever. Anyway, I'm going to put him away before he chews on something.
Where do you take him?
Next job I do out west. I'm about to go to Springbrook when this lady rings me in a minute, and it might as well leave my phone.
He's got a flat. Is he
They
flattening
flatten
himself?
themselves.
Yeah, what they do, because it doesn't have arms or legs, it can't tell me that it's upset, and it can't growl or bark, so what it does is it flattens itself out to make itself a little bigger and tougher,
Oh, right.
so that way if I was a predator, I think twice about eating it. It would be daunting to me.
Yeah.
And obviously the colour red is designed to frighten away predators, so what he does is he lifts his head up, flattens his neck out and goes rah, and shows me all his colour, and gives me a mock like he's doing now, going rah, trying to frighten me, and I know what he's doing. But if I put my hand there, like if I put my boot there, because that's made out of leather, he would sense that leather and he'd think, oh, that's the boogeyman that's doing all this drama, and he'll bite it. But that's only like you. a shark came and grabbed you, you'd be punching the living daylights out of it because you're
Absolutely.
trying to make it let go of you, but because he thinks I'm going to eat him. See, look, see, I'm biting my boot now because he's thinking that's him, but he can bite steel cappers as long as he wants. Nah.
Can you grab the fence for
Did you
me?
see that? That's my pants.
Could we get out there too? We could get under there.
Oh, they can get through a whole 1/3 of their girth, so they can get through tiny gaps.
Well, I wouldn't like to step on it, that's for sure. No, I wouldn't like to see that outside the door.
Buddy,
It's awful.
in you go. Come on. Keep going.
Well, I hope that's the one that's been in your courtyard all this time then.
Well, we haven't heard frogs for a while.
Yeah, it's this time of the year, being cold, the frogs are shutting down.
Yeah.
They're a bit sensitive to